you're kind of stepping on your carry's toes if you go that build, you know?
Yeah, there's some truth to that. I mean, it takes a lot of farm off the map, but I guess if you're playing offlane Pango,
Well, I mean, even more so,
much.
right? If you do an offlane Pango and he goes the Diffusal build, that gobbles up a shit ton of space too.
Yeah, that's why I think he's just not going to go that build. I think you go some sort of utility here, like whatever ore items you think are strong. If you think Pipe or Greaves are strong, if you think what else? That's what I'm saying. What do you go on offlane Pango? And I don't even know. Can you go Shivas on this hero? I don't think so. Can you go Halberd or something?
Blink Dagger Greaves.
Yeah, like that's what I feel like it is. It's like Blink, Greaves, Pipe between these three. Maybe some cheeky Yules in a game. I don't know. You can go Diffusal, but then are you getting anything after that in terms of scaling power to make? Maybe you're okay with just the Diffusal impact and the utility. You could go Vessel on this hero versus the Pugna. You can go. I don't know. We'll see. I think Glaze's itemization is the most interesting here, the most open. We'll see what he opts for. And I think it's a big deal when you're playing these kind of lineups that have like these carry matchups that you feel were unfavorable. I mean, that's why they picked the Zeus here. They didn't want to just rely on spend to out carry a Terrorblade. So you're either playing for early utility to try and push the tempo here, or you're playing to outscale this Terrorblade with the Zeus pick. And that's why the Pango's items matter a lot here for Asakura, because it'll determine how fast they want to play and what timing all three cores come online to try and get something going here. Because otherwise you're just going late game versus Puck. And I think, as we've seen, late game versus Puck is pretty terrifying if the Puck is in any sort of decent farm position.
Well, they did manage to get 3 bounty runes on Asakura, so good start there. Though their Sven obviously took a lot of damage for that, which, especially in an exchange of like Rubik Centaur, which is a pretty aggressive lane, likes to get fine kills. It's always dangerous to have to burn through your regen that quickly. And apparently the answer to some of Pango's off-lane laning problems is going to be pulling. So Batrider is going to be doing some pull shenanigans. Awkward shield crash that net him 0 CS, but you know, whatever. You'll get the last hit on most of them. I think this is my problem with Pango is poor stats in the offlane. Just poor stats. So you're starting first couple of waves, just they suck so much.
Yeah, there's no way you want to play this lane up level 1, I think. Problem is you're just going to get run down. Like, Pugna thrives in these chase down situations.
Yeah.
And now the Bat has to TP back. He gets a massive amount of regen burn. This pull went to the small camp for half of it, which is super awkward. I mean, this is not early good wave pulling here for Radiant. No. This is going to end up being absolute free farm Terrorblade and a lot of missed XP for the Radiant side. And again, you don't really have the kill threat on this Pugna until way later. So he's just going to punish you in the regen department. Rough start up top. Whereas at least mid is going better for Young G here. Taking advantage of the early base damage advantage. You want to see?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Lost his courier.
Looks like Sven's having a rough one. 9 and 4. I mean, TB's totally free farming. It looks like the Centaur is shutting him down pretty hard when it comes to CS. It's gotten 3 denies, but also just seems to be keeping Knight off of a lot of CS.
Yeah, he's doing okay. I mean, his lane is definitely way stronger than Radiant's offlane, right? So yeah. I would expect the Sven to suffer a little bit more, but he's doing okay region-wise, and I still think Ench's power timing is really at the level 3, though. Damn, he just got all
Hey, there's the Bango. Look at him go. Dude, he's just gonna die. He doesn't even pop the swashbuckle in time. He dies the last hit that comes and runs at him, and Nemiga get the kill in the offlane as well. So doubling down on the side lane success here, Nemiga is taking a hefty lead already against Asakura.
That is a sad first blood because you gave up the first blood before giving up the other first blood.
Yeah.
It just feels worse. And it is a lot of gold in the Violence pocket here. The hero
You
that
also
they were
you also
arguably
died under
worried about.
tower, so you missed a bunch of CS. You also missed the Lotus at the same time, which I assume Nemiga got. Yeah, they've got both Lotuses. Rubik has the other one in the off lane, so they have a regen advantage and a net worth advantage.
This is what we've seen from them. Their laning phase is, I think, their strong point. So if you give them this sort of lead, they're gonna run with it. They're gonna take advantage of it, and they have the lineups that can capitalize on this sort of early game advantage. Like Terrorblade's one of those carries where you start pulling ahead in lane with them. Same with Centaur in these side lanes. They just take the lane over. It's very hard to re-enter the lane. You don't have a lot of 3 to 5 power spikes against these 2 side lane cores for Nemiga. You kind of have to just push it to like the level 6 for the Pango and maybe get some stacks up for the Sven. But this 3 through 5 period should be pretty good here on both side lanes. I mean, look at Violent, man. He is just smacking him.
Yep.
Another
He's gonna
courier
push
death
back
as well.
the Terrorblade again. Pat Ryder's trying to get onto the Pugna, but Pugna's pretty damn fast. The Crepify rids him of that bit of aggression pretty early. So it's pretty much all in on Young G, your ASAKURA, who is doing a fantastic job, it looks like. 30-7, way ahead of the puck when it comes to CS. A lot more denies, which is something that stands out. Zeus does have a bit better base damage against puck, and he's winning the harass war right now, so he might get that fast level 6. He might be able to find a kill somewhere in the side lanes, or maybe even kill the puck, which is kind of what you need him to do right now, considering the way the side lanes are going.
They need to put the Thunder Gods Wrath to use somewhere on one of these side lanes. The Ench is starting to pick up pace bottom, putting the pressure on the Rubik. I mean, it's like a really good matchup for Ench, the level 3 especially. So they're going to swing this lane back a decent amount, but if they can get some kill top with Thunder's God, it'd be huge. Just this lane going this poor early also hurts that Zeus potential. They're going to try and find something. The ult is up. Not low enough?
Get him a little low. That's why he's trying so hard to get this Pugna low enough to be able to get the Thunder God's Wrath kill. But, I mean, if they just trade out, I don't even think that's that bad. Jeffrey's is going to stick around, try and deny the puck. The bounty rune almost gives away his life. Doesn't. Puck gets the refill. Young G is going to challenge him. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're going at it. Mixa trying to chase after the spin. Pops the Thunder God's Wrath with the bounty rune, almost managing to kill the puck. Got down to like 50 HP. It was a raindrop that saves him in the end. No kill to be found. Not in the side lane, not in the mid. Thunder God's Wrath. I mean, again, it was Arcane Rune, so, you know, not that big of an expenditure. But still, a little disappointing to see for ASAKURA.
Raindrops across the board. Centaur Raindrop also negating some of that ult. Well, interesting itemization here. Pays off for Zeus. Triple core Raindrop by the 6-minute mark.
Yeah.
Not often. In fact, they have 4 Raindrops. The only hero without a Raindrop is this Pugna, so... I mean, that is one of the ways you can play versus these mid spellcasters. Definitely has a decent impact here. But like you said, Arcane Wrath up again in 40 seconds, so... I think you want to get use out of this one for sure. Nonetheless, decent lane recovery here.
TB even did the deal where he threw the illusion down to see if he could deny the Wisdom Rune. Didn't actually work. Jeffrix was sitting on top of it, but I like the fact that he just was thinking about that, you know? Use that advantage he has, try and push it even further.
I mean, if you get it, it's huge. Like,
yeah.
Complete demoralization plus huge XP advantage. And now this
look at
Battle
Ike,
Rider,
he has a similar
stacks.
idea, right? He's getting in the triangle, making sure they don't have tons of stacks. They just have a double, and he's going to interrupt half of that easily. Oh, man, he's taking all the big creeps.
Give it to the illusion for value. Ooh, plus 52 right there. That's decent.
That's pretty big.
He's big, man. He is freaking big.
1,000 net worth up on Young G. Oh, they tried to get the haste rune. Does manage to get it barely away from the Queasy before he could go for the deny. The coil is not going to net a kill. As Young G, thanks to that haste rune, is able to get out there pretty quickly. He also still has plenty of regen. 3 magic wand charges, fairy fire, and a raindrop to boot.
Still has that ult up. And it'll be a Sven ult bottom. Just running down the Centaur here. holding the stun. Feels it's
And
not
maybe
enough. Instead,
waiting
he's the
for the
game.
Enchantress to get close. And maybe go for it now. They're going to try and dive with the Terrorblade rotation. Knight at half HP. Remember that Thunder God's Wrath is still around. Queasy, he's definitely going to be low enough. They've got that kill, surely. They're going to go. They really want this TB. They think that this rotation was bad for Nemiga, and it's looking very poor for Violent. They're going to give the kill to Young G. Pops the Thunder God's Wrath to secure it.
That was an extremely ambitious kill attempt.
Yeah,
I don't think they had anywhere near the damage. Like, they're going on the tankiest hero, perhaps in the game at the 410, which is Sven with Tread Bracer. He gets extra strength from the cleave. It's a 1500 HP hero with armor buff, extra stick charges, you know, potential Enchantress heal, under a tier 1, when everybody has response up. And you're bringing a Terrorblade with not even Dragonlance finish? Like, that is an insane go. They got punished pretty hard. And that was your super high net worth Terrorblade, who gives a kill away down there. So that's a big failed move here for Nemiga.
I would also add that that sort of team fight is exactly what offlane Pango wants, right? Defensive TP where he can very easily get a good rolling thunder off because the enemy is diving under tower like that. Yeah, I think it's a lot harder to make those kind of plays offlane Pango. You know, trying to be the aggressor. Young G once again trying to secure him the rune. Oh no, the Enchantress picked it up on accident, I assume.
I think he was worried about the
Young
puck
G was
getting
on
to
top
first,
of it too.
Yeah, either way, he'll go to base. I mean, it's another coil down. Puck has just not been able to find anything with these coils in this game. They've pretty much all been used defensively or exchanged for power runes on Zeus, which, you know, Young G is more than happy with this, as he's just free farming mid, and it's a 0-0-0 game for the puck. Not the worst case scenario for these heroes. You can just scale now, but I think there was potential to make, you know, if this mid lane went a little better, he got one of those runes, he made a rotation bottom instead of the Terrorblade, for example. Could be looking at a way stronger early game here with what happened on
certainly a lot more viable, blowing up the Sven with magic damage as opposed to the TB trying to come in and hit a Sven with an extra 6 armor from Warcry. Stampede going to be put to use. The Rolling Thunder looks very sad. And that's kind of what we were talking about when it comes to trying to be the aggressor with Pango.
Look at the push mid. This is a aggressive push for Zeus, but he will escape.
Yeah, I guess
Again,
with
the tower
an
pressure.
Enchantress, try and use that creep as much as possible on these siege wagon waves.
Also, if they just push towers here, it's Knight free farming bottom. And he is loving this right now. Maybe not his Batrider dying to Terrorblade, but the concept of them fighting away from the Sven is giving him a lot of solo XP, a lot of catch-up time, and he will overtake this Terrorblade, which is what you want in terms of XP, so you can get.
Oh, they're even going to have a go.
Yeah.
The Centaur, if they can get that stun off, they have Thunder God's Wrath. Maybe it's a little bit too far now. Again, Knight holding on to that stun very conservatively.
Lucky to escape, but now the tower push gets returned mid with the level 3 blast. Guarantee get it here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Interesting. And that'll secure a power rune for Puck as well. So this Pugna's, that's done some work, man.
Yeah.
Already arcane boots up.
Sure.
He won top, destroyed the pull attempts on the bat. Now he takes a mid tower. He's in decent level position to play the refill game for his cores. Picks look pretty solid. And you already have Centaur Blink. Just rushed here before anything. It's an insane Blink rush, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, when you already have Puck to kind of start fights for you, it definitely feels like the Blink Dagger rush is not necessary. Once again, Stampede put to use. They try and get aggressive in the top lane. Also stolen Swashbuckle. Zeus is still going to find him, though. Thunder God's Wrath to reveal and pops him. That's with the Phylactery. They smoked him. Batrider came mid, smoked the Zeus. He ran up, bought the Phylactery, and shows up to this lane to ensure that they get the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And that tier 1 going down to the Sven rotation, it's going to limit where you can use this Centaur Blink Dagger. Like, what are you going to do with this on this map right now? Very awkward map state. I don't think Asakura are forced to fight you either, right? Except on their terms. He's gonna find a Bat Rider here.
Oh, they're gonna go for the puck. I thought he was gonna roll on the Centaur, but with the Zeus showing up, they try and threaten the puck where they can't go give it away like that. That's a bad spell to give away. It fortunately doesn't turn the fight against them, but I mean, Nemiga could just stick around and take this tower and still take this area, but opting not to.
Radiant's bottom tower
They have
is
no
under
ults.
attack.
They're gonna look for the lone jungle hero.
Dire are scanning.
Again, though, I just don't think you have the damage for this. Another reason I just don't like the Centaur blink first here, because I don't think your damage follow-up is that fast right now. Like, you have some nukes to throw out from the Rubik or something, but it's not like you find one of these cores and they just insta-die. Note they'll push Triangle with Terrorblade, so Violent getting aggressive again here with his early net worth. Trying to take away some of the Sven farming capability, which I like. He gets away with it.
Yeah,
Nemiga
it's
invading the map right now.
It definitely says a lot about his carry style. I've never seen this guy before, but like it is already standing out how he puts a priority on stopping the enemy's farm versus securing his own safe farm, you know?
Which I like. I think it's generally the better way to think about Dota, even if it maybe looks worse sometimes. It'll make you a better player in the end.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you think it's also perhaps a part of the matchup?
Dire's bottom
I mean,
tower
I think it's
is
a part
under
of like
attack.
what happened in the laning phase, right? He had such a large start, he wants to assert his strength on the map, control some aggressive area where the enemy can't just run in and burst him. And I think that is an accurate representation, mostly because this offlane Pango got so stunted. Now that Diffusal is up, we're going to see a smoke to the triangle. Like, this is a situation where this Pango could find you in a fight right now and take advantage of it.
Oh, they're
this is a
so close to
dangerous
catching
smoke.
the Sven, but a successful scan got them running out of the triangle. Knight was able to get away from the smoke gank, and now that he's got reinforcements, he's going to challenge them here. Doesn't have anything to stop this drain, though. That's kind of bad. It's nothing. He's just draining them the entire time. Now, they are going to get low off of this one. They're going to pick up 2 kills at least. But again, this stolen Rolling Thunder is causing a bit of havoc. They're going to chase him down, though. Queasy will finally have to give up that spell. A 2-for-3 exchange, but they did give up their carry for it as Knight maybe got a little too ambitious trying to start that fight for his team and did not have the backup in time to stop all that damage.
I mean, stolen Rolling Thunder there also helps finish that fight off. I honestly don't think that's a great smoke find for Nemiga. I think it could have gone a lot worse. Like, they're once more going into the tankiest hero with all the damage and counter initiation behind him, with a lineup with just flat nukes. That's a scary move to make. Like, if you find the solo Sven instantly off that smoke and you get out of there, it's a different story. But you take the fights into ASAKURA like that, it's dangerous. And I think they're lucky they got that full duration suck off, right? Maybe not lucky.
Yes.
Like, this Pugna's having such a good game that he's insanely high level. He's a lot tankier than maybe he would have been with a weaker game. He just sits there and drains this guy for like 1,000 HP. It's absurd value from a 5 this early in the game.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he did 950 damage in that team fight, which, again,
Yeah,
considering the 5 position and the single target damage, it's pretty hefty.
I mean, when your 5 healer deals 1,000 damage in 15 minutes, like, something went right for you. You know? That is a ridiculous stat. So, right now, I think Nemiga they just need to get the next set of damage items up, and I think those types of plays are a lot more reliable. Or they bring the Terrorblade into those moves
Dire's
that can lead into objectives if they're willing to do that. Because right now, ASAKURA are happy to take those kind of counter initiation fights. I don't think they're afraid of them.
Ran into the Pugna. Diffuse a blade. Does manage to get off the shield crash this time around, so no steal there. Stolen Lasso will hold him in place, but he's got plenty of tankiness thanks to that shield crash. He hit a lot of heroes. The Terrorblade could not threaten that ball at all. And he's now going to have a Blink Dagger. So Diffuse a Blade Blink is up for the offlane Pango. Hasn't been the worst story, though. The Enchantress sticks around a little bit too long. Nemiga want to make this push happen, and ASAKURA You just gotta either group up a little bit more, or maybe it's the Rubik who's gonna get picked off without his team. Thunder God's Wrath will put him down.
Damn. Power Zeus right there. Just
Well,
keep that distance. Can't do anything versus hero. The two other blink cores and ditch the situation. They will get a shield rune for the puck. Big rune here. Refill him as well.
I feel like in a lot of ways, ASAKURA is actually getting to... They're getting over the greedy hump, you know? Like, the Pango actually has his items. The Zeus is closing in on that Manta, already has the shard. So if he gets the Manta, and the game is still in a decent state, I feel like everything kind of worked out for them.
I would agree. I mean, I think it puts some pressure on Nemiga to find a fight into Roshan here for the TB, who's still king of the board right now, but is having issues using that strength to convert it into map control. Protecting their backline is also a huge deal in these fights. If the Rubik Pugna can stay alive, then like your team fight looks solid. But you know, the strength of this Pango in this game is he can just roll in, and if he finds the Pugna, he finds the Rubik, stuns him twice, Thunder's got a wrap, they're dead. Then that team fight just looks significantly worse over the long run. They're gonna run into Shield Rune Puck. This is a hard target to go on. Do have that blink last?
Yeah, just a tad bit. Smoke pops. Thought about using the Rolling Thunder. They just have no idea where heroes are. Oh, Jeffrey sees him. Got him right before he goes through the portal. They'll pick up the puck, or excuse me, the Rubik. Not like a massive pickoff, but, you know, at least the smoke finds something. And it's still time where Knight is free farming away. And he's closing in on his BKB too. 500 away.
Also just kicked all these heroes back to their side of the map. So it's just, you know, valuable in itself. Maybe you get a D-ward off this. Though the deep dire ops are insane right now. You like they have one on this bottom camp, they have one behind the tier 1 top. These are mega value wards that they can set up on them.
Yeah, the last two smoke plays have gotten them deep vision, but haven't gotten them the successful team fight.
It's time to go back to one of these obs. I mean, you would really like to use this ward top. It's going to expire in like 30 seconds, but you have deep vision and you have rune control. Your puck has shield rune DD right now. With like
nobody's playing with him right now.
Yeah, this is so sad. He's going to two-shot some support almost. Just needs a little extra help. They're still looking for it up here. Still another really good obs up here they can set up on the Pango.
Yeah, fresh ward just laid down to be able to spot the Pango. Got him inside the coil. Need the detection. Got it. Stomp on two. Nice hit from the Centaur to follow it up. They'll secure the Pango and run down the Enchantress in due time. Might take a little bit, but they'll get there.
This is where, can you Roche off this? Is it enough time to go to the gate? I think it's close. You could consider it. I mean, this is the type of fight you want with the Terrorblade that you connect into that objective. He's closing in on Scotty. In fact, it's flying out right now.
They have a pretty, because of this super deep ward on the corner camp, they have a pretty good idea that there's some heroes here. They're going to try and hunt him down. Run to the Bat Rider first. He's getting lassoed, but Sven, he's not sure if he wants to actually take this fight or not. He takes it off the BKB being picked up. He says, that's good enough for me. They get a God Strength kill on the Centaur, and they're going to smoke out and see if they can use the remaining time of this God Strength to find more.
They should find something here.
They're going to run into the Pugna. And should be able to kill him, no problem.
Tough kills to get up. I feel like Nemiga were finding some momentum there. They just finished Scotty on the Terrorblade. They got the double pick off the puck coil runes. They're in position to kind of threaten this Roche. Maybe not do it, but if you don't want to do it, you threaten it and force ASAKURA into you, and then you get the fight. Instead, you just give up 2 pickoffs and lose control of this area. And you still have this Scotty meta timing. So once more, they're just going to bring everybody down here and try and use it.
Sven's
I mean, at this
super
point, you can
close
just
to his
go
blink
right.
dagger. Yeah, and
He has no
they just
dodge
force
shot.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you got what you wanted out of that. Wasn't as clean as it could have been, but you'll take it. And Aegis on Terrorblade, pretty strong push power here.
Are you going all the way to high ground?
Twos. No, I mean, high ground is like impossible in this game, right? Zeus, Pango,
Okay.
Bat. That is
So
not
what,
a
you,
fight can take
cross
unless
the
the
other
enemy hero is
side?
good.
Go to the other side of the map, take that tier 2 and their Tormentor.
I think you take tier 2 bottom and then just like go triangle. Close off Ancients, get wards out. Let TB push in bottom lane with illusions if you want. You just want to build a farm advantage right now and find core pickoffs. If you find core pickoffs, you can like push high, bring everybody back. But just forcing the high ground in this type of game is suicidal. There's absolutely no way that fight goes well for you, I think.
Well, it's going to be hard to secure too much of the map with this Manta Zeus pushing out the lanes on equal ground with the Terrorblade, basically.
It's gonna get
And that's
big
not
here.
to mention
It is-
Pango also doing the same thing.
Well, it's gonna be aggressive smoke. So they're looking for the pickoff game, showing the TV bottom. Try and bait
To
it
break
out.
it on the Enchantress, trying to actually jump in Jeffrix. Wrong idea on that one. The Rolling Thunder is going to come through and hit a lot of the back line, though can't finish anybody off, and with the Terrorblade as support, nobody really wants to challenge this guy. Not right now, anyway. The Pango's going to roll onto him. Sven still sitting on the side here. Has BKB. No blink up for another 5 seconds. Not sure what to go on, because this TB with
Do it by
Scotty.
high ground ward.
They're trying for it. Take away one of those visions. Violent is happy to take this fight with the extra life, and yeah, the Sven's just going to have to use his BKB and walk on out of here.
He was trying to find Centaur there, but very timely reflection. Just a battle of the vision. They get that high ground D ward now, secure control of the area, and they find the Zeus mid. But he is way too tanky. They should
Yeah,
be
just
at
trying to
tier 2
keep
bottom
that,
off the meta.
Yeah. I think Puck's just trying to keep that mid wave from pushing in, but
Ooh,
it's a
almost
Zeus
got the
with
last
Manta,
one.
so.
It feels like Nemiga are getting what they want out of this Aegis, which is TB to the next item and the Puck scale to continue to accelerate here. Going straight for Parasma, finds another Arcane Rune, and they're just going top into the top tier 2. So I feel like they're making the right order of moves here. As long as they don't throw the positioning, these should work out pretty decently right now, because your team fight is like, it's okay on the side of ASAKURA, but again, they're lacking a bit of team fight damage. They have really good single target burst, but that's predicated on them finding the jump with the Sven or the Bat, which has been problematic when it's just Aegis Terrorblade sitting in front of like a Pugna Rubik.
So Youngji is going to go for BKB as his next item. I thought his HP was good enough that he didn't really have to worry so much about the Puck. Manta to remove the silence, get off the heavenly jump. I feel like most of the time he's been good with just that.
I mean, guarantees Coil doesn't kill him into like a chain stun off Centaur. Also guarantees he doesn't have to worry about Pugna Ward in the fight if he was feeling the effect of that.
Okay.
It's an okay item here. I mean, the alternative is you go for like Parasma of your own for more damage, or you go the Dragonlance. But Dragonlance maybe didn't seem as interesting here versus Coil, Stampede.
I imagine there's some sort of AC build that you can go in this game on Zeus, as your Terrorblade's going to be like the problem hero. Jeffrix is trying to do a bit of long creep cutting, but he gets found by the Puck and might actually be able to get away. He's going to blink. Puck has no idea where he went. He actually gets out. Well played.
Wisdom Rune secured by TB, so it's tier 2 top push coming at the right time.
They did not take away the enemy tormentor though. They missed out on that one, which wasn't that big of a deal because ASAKURA got it on Jeffrix, and that is pretty shitty. That is a terrible shard for support.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, absolutely useless. So congratulations to him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm sure he appreciates that value there.
Damn, Knight went for an Orchid.
Yeah, he wants Bloodthorn, which is very good versus Terrorblade. We'll also give him some Evasion Pierce versus Butterfly. I think it's like the better option than MKB on this hero. MKB on Sven is just,
Radiant's middle tower
you
is
don't
under
want to
attack.
have to go.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah.
great value-wise. Oh, they're getting...
Thunder God's
Scouted
Wrath
Wrath.
gets him the vision. Really good reaction from Nemiga, who everyone just turned on a dime, got out of there. They still were able to run down the Pugna, but considering the smoke and Thunder God's Wrath play, only giving away a Pugna, I would say, is pretty decent.
So they got their 2 tier 2s for the Roshan. They're not building a net worth lead though. They didn't really close out the map. I also think the Centaur is just it's fallen a little bit behind with all this like
Dude,
push
double
group up,
wisdom
early
rune.
Blink Dagger
Is
play.
under attack.
Yeah, that's some value right there. Level 20 now. Working towards BKB as well. I think you have to get something done with this Terrorblade BKB.
Yeah, I think so
Like
too.
Puck will scale in this game, but this Tricore feels like it's gonna punish the Centaur and your 2 supports really hard. I just don't know if you're winning that sort of numbers fight.
Got a BKB charge out of the Zeus. First one of the game.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Gotcha.
Smoking
BKB
to the
done.
TB.
Yeah, they're gonna try and get
Radiant's middle tower is
fight into like setting the map up for either high ground or Roche in the next 2 to 3 minutes here.
Yeah. That is one part I kind of don't like about this smoke. Maybe they'll get the map control to secure Roshan, but I feel like even if they get a kill here, it's not going to change the state of the game, right? You kill this Enchantress,
Well, not that
Roshan's up maybe in a minute and 10 seconds, but more likely, 2-3 minutes from now. Is that pickoff going to get you any objectives?
Gives you some deep obs if you have them. They don't have them. So, oh, you have 2. Yeah, I mean, if you get some wards out, you can get another tier 2. It's not the worst. They have another smoke as well. I don't mind this play, but you don't want to give up like this deep lane shove.
Dire's top tower.
This bat just got out.
Jeffrix gets away again.
Yeah, it's pretty value. Continuing to just drag them across the map, and I mean, this is time. They're just getting more damage up between these 3 cores. Basher done for the Pango on top of that Ags. So he just went full damage Pango, and he got there. And now Zeus is going that Parasma. So your 2 defensive choices were Dragonlance or BKB in this game. But if you get one of those plus Parasma, your damage just goes through the roof. Because you can just run in the fight. Start right-clicking people, nuking them down. You're not that easy to burst because you have Warcry armor to back you up. Like, it's going to be nasty. I don't know what your answer to him really is. Your answer is you're doing the same thing with Puck. But Puck is not outputting nearly the same damage right now to contest these objectives. He will do it later on, a lot more reliably, but ASAKURA hitting a really good power spike right now. In fact, that Bloodthorn is closing in. It's not done, but it's very close here.
Yeah, that's why Knight's going to keep hitting some creeps, but Roshan is up.
Satanic for the... I mean, you have to let this Terrorblade do the work here. So much net worth on him.
Once again, the Enchantress puts herself on the front lines, trying to break the smoke. Does it on both sides here of the high ground. Spoiling much of Nemiga's attempt at aggression. Violent, the real one,
Violent.
pushed up to the
Yeah, he
high
does not
ground.
care.
I think it's a Manta illusion.
Man does not care. He's just forcing them off the positioning. And they are respecting it too. They do not want to jump this Terrorblade. What is happening here?
The puck in close range has to jump deeper into the enemy team. Violent's going to run in. He's going to run in, pops his meta. Knight almost
nice
blowing up the
decrep.
center almost immediately. They managed to get the lasso onto the TB down to half HP, but he has the Lotus. He's ready to go for a Sunder. He starts slowing down these heroes, chasing after him. Jeffrick's trying to get a TP out, not going to make it, nor is the Enchantress, and the Sven has to turn and fight, hoping for a kill before he goes down. He does get it, but it goes terribly wrong for ASAKURA as the TB just too strong in that fight.
No answer for Violent at all. Nobody like they lassoed him during BKB, and after that it's good luck. Lace also just, I mean, he's like the one saving grace there in terms of he found the Rubik. He caused a lot of disruption on his backline, but he found the Rubik, which means he did not find the Pugna. That's a huge difference. Pugna being up there, it stalled the initial jump from the Sven on the Centaur with a good decrep suck, which means Sven has to then kill Centaur like 20 seconds later. That's just a nightmare for him going into that sort of engagement with no sort of nullify ability. And now you just get
at
to
some
play
point he can go the
Terrorblade
Axe build, right?
He can, but again, the issue is you have to wait to throw it out, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's very weird. And he wants his Bloodthorn to focus the Terrorblade, but the way that Terrorblade just forced them off the positioning there, they weren't getting any damage in with the Zeus, so there's nothing that forced his BKB too early. I think you kind of have to hold that high ground and just start fighting the TB there. And like force his early BKB or something, because it got way too awkward.
Yeah, for sure. They just let the TB bully him. And once you're on the run, I feel like Dota's kind of funny like that, where it's like they're running. Oh, they must think they're going to lose the fight, and you feel more emboldened. You chase after him, you're doing damage, and it's just like it's a snowball effect of like how a fight starts.
I mean, again, if no one is going to challenge him, he's going to kill your whole team.
Yeah.
He's fast enough, and he has the range to do it. And another quick pick off there. Jeffrix will not get this split push he was getting earlier. Nemiga collapsing this map here. They have honestly played well around the Terrorblade timings on the objectives here. Like, they got the 2 Roshans, they got the tier 2s they needed, and now you can hit this high ground with a pick off. That was kind of the last step. Eliminate this lasso drag back means you can start poking. I mean, he's just running into them. Somebody has got to just stand their ground and hit this guy at some point. I don't know who, but
I mean, maybe they think they'll be able to do it with the Bloodthorn, but the Lotus Mixa was using in that last team fight proved to be a problem. They're chipping away at him, but he's got an Aegis, he's got a Satanic. They got to come up with a plan fast. The Enchantress takes a whole heap of damage here. Did not manage to steal the Rolling Thunder. Actually, Sven gets stunned as he goes into the team fight. Managed to get the stun onto 2. Cleaves through these heroes, man. They're going to kill everybody outside of the TB. Just stun the TB over and over again. Looking for the puck still. First life, not quite down. Gets off the Sunder. Now he's going to fall. And the puck,
how much can puck do here?
Oh god, he got Bloodthorn. That's no good. Now he's gonna die, and the TB is very likely to die as well because they had the Basher. So the Pango,
Decrep.
Oh, he didn't get it because the Decrep came through from the Pugna to save him. A buyback, a dieback, but it saves the TB's life.
I mean, is that worth it? I guess so, but that high ground, I thought the high ground was looking okay there, but they clumped on the upper side of that ramp, like between the base and that tree line, and that is just the easiest ult of Laze's life. He did not give it to the Rubik. The Rubik tried for the steal. He got the shield crash off first, and he just controls that entire area of the map. Like, your backline's instantly dead. Sven got stunned on the Blinken, but it still didn't matter. He finds 2 with the hammer and deletes both of them. That's just a dream fight for ASAKURA. And again, the danger of going high ground in this game. Like, you clump going up these ramps on the side there. Positioning was a little off by Nemiga, and they got Omega punished for it. Almost a 7k gold swing.
Yeah, I think that all comes from greed, right? They got the first lane of barracks perfectly fine. If they just backed out and did a full rotation into mid, you know, or just called it there or whatever. But it's the fact they tried to like push for 2 and it gets them clumped up in that little corridor. Really rough.
Even then, they could have positioned that a lot better. I think that was a rough one. Like, maybe they just weren't thinking about they're ignoring the Terrorblade, because it really hasn't happened this game. The Terrorblade's been forcing them off of areas, and then they haven't been finding the backline. But that is a route that ASAKURA can easily take. Like, this Pango wants to find the Rubik and Pugna. The Sven is happy to jump in there with him, because there is no BKB control. There's only Stampede. He's been finding the Centaur. Those things happen. You're going to be really happy with like a 5-on-3, 5-on-2, 4-on-2 situation.
Well, awkward situation for Nemiga, who were probably feeling very good about the game up until that point. Gave away a lot of net worth, now fishing for their tier 4 items. But you kind of know you're going to be hitting a maxed out Sven now, level 25. So he's got the 50% God Strength damage and the Swift Blink. So his damage just got amped up big time.
Yeah, both these carries are huge, but feels like the Terrorblade is... Like, the Terrorblade they're more dependent on to create the fight situation that'll work for them. Yeah. Whereas I think Knight, he just has to jump in and find like 1 or 2 targets, kill them. Even if he dies, that might still be an okay situation.
I feel like Nemiga, in order to continue to get to that the scary part of scale, they almost have to get 3rd Roshan and get the Ags for Puck.
That's a big factor.
As it is.
I mean, they just need more items on him. Something. Level 25 would also be huge. Just something to control the Sven. Because again, they have no BKB control right now, which is a big deal in trying to kite out this initial jump. You want to end up in a situation where the Sven has to fight your Terrorblade. Like, with everybody still alive. Because if that happens, either Violent will kill him, or he'll get low and he can sunder the Sven back.
Yeah.
And like one of those 2 things is a really nice setup to your fight, especially when the BKB goes down. So that Coil Talent's big for helping you do that, and the Puck net worth is also big because the Puck can jump the backline when his backline gets jumped and create an even status quo, so to say. But he needs a little bit more to get there. He needs 1 more level. He needs probably another item and a half. I mean, they're the ones smoking bottom right now. Swift Blink, Bloodthorn, Terrorblade, completely bought out here. Level 25, 6 slotted.
Radiant are scanning.
That is a big boy right there. Ags, Batrider, okay.
They do also have... if they can get to level 25 Puck, they could also have... I mean, the 25 is actually whatever. But I was thinking about the Blink Ags for the Terrorblade. They coil Terrorwave, right? That's like a killer combination for a team fight, especially spacing-wise for TB, right? He'll be ranged against all these heroes stunned up at the same time. The Sven won't be on top of them. Maybe just kill like something like the Zeus or something.
I mean, it's definitely nice when you already have Swift Blink as well. It just makes the positioning for it incredibly easy. So yeah, this lineup still has some decent scale in the tank, despite them being almost capped on slots here on their 2 big guys. And they're looking for the next Roche. That is, I mean, this next Roche is, you need it to go high ground again in this game. If you're Nemiga, and if you get it on the side of, I guess, Sven or Zeus, that you can just run in the fight. They're showing the Enship base, so this gives a 5-on-4. The Terrorblade's nowhere close to this smoke, though.
Got the lasso pull in, goes straight for the Centaur. Kills him with the BKB, though. What else can the Sven kill? He's stuck inside the coil for now. Oh, looks like the Pango found the Pugna. That's a great pickup. That kind of ensures that this team fight is not going to be good for Nemiga if it continues. The Puck's going to try and get out of here. Terrorblade actually finds a backline to go for the Enchantress. A quick assassination. Puck's still up, though. He's toying with them. Kind of a dangerous move against this Bloodthorn. Hits the Lincolns, almost kills him anyway. Jumps to his orb, starts hopping out, actually pops his ninja gear just to make sure they don't see him anymore.
And Violent would love to find somebody here because he knows God Strength's out.
Are under attack.
Very weird fight for both teams. Like, Nemiga go in there on that smoke. Terrorblade's not even there. That is just... I don't know if they were expecting to find a better numbers advantage because they saw the Enchant base. I also don't know what he's... Oh, he sent the Puck for HBO.
He wanted to heal his Puck in Satanic, but then the Roshan ran out of the pit.
Yeah, a little awkward. Looked a little awkward, but I guess it works out. Nonetheless, they get the team fight win. Is Sven, if he does not win the fight in the God Strength, you end up losing the aftermath. So it'll be Aegis and a Shard. You also got the Puck 25 during that fight. Big deal here on top of that Octarine. He's in late game Puck territory now. He's a problem. They don't have the best direct lockdown for him. We saw the Lincolns bail him out. His HP is ridiculous now. Almost 3,700 with Sange built in. This is a very tough target to bring down. And he's going to kill your supports. He's going to mess with your cores with this coil. He gets one more item, he's going to be a damage dealer. This is why you pick this hero. To get to this point in Dota where you say, what are you going to do about an unkillable beast with unlimited damage and ridiculous cooldowns? And if he finds an arcane rune, he just becomes God, so... Big A on disc as well.
Yeah, that one's pretty massive for this Pugna, who needs to be able to stay alive through the initiation to be able to get off good decrepifies. Save people from the Sven, kite out that God Strength.
Looking to go high ground again. I mean, this Aegis can let you do that, but there is that Ag's Bat Lasso you have to be careful of.
Oh no, forced out the wrong direction! And the Rolling Thunder kind of misses as a result. They do get in there with the Sven and once again go for the Centaur, but the Pugna got up to the high ground, saves him with the Decrepify. Now a Stolen Lasso is going to kite out the Sven even further. He's going to try and run away. Doesn't have any way to get his health back up, but Violent does lose his Aegis during his meta timing. So his second life, he's going to be coming up melee form. Is that going to be enough for them to push the high ground and force a buyback out of this Sven?
You got to go.
Immediately blinks up.
Look for something here.
Oh, the telekinesis grab on the Puck on accident, I assume. Uses it to get the stun. They get the buyback out of the Sven. Now try and retreat. Are they going to be able to make it out? Knight is going for the kill even without the God Strength, and it is a problem for him because he doesn't have the BKB either. The Puck might be able to finish him off. Oh, that Stolen Lasso has just done so much work. Queasy will finally die for it, but God, was it worth it? He's going to buy back. He knows they've got ASAKURA on the ropes here with a nice stomp from the Centaur onto 2. Lai's trying to make it back. Body blocked up by the Enchantress. The Enchantress is going to go down. The Puck hunts down the Zeus. Gets him killed. Ultra kill. The Puck just goes to work on the back line. And with only 2 alive, Nemiga as a 5-man will take this game over and knock out game 1.
Damn, they just pushed the aggression here. And I mean, I feel like Lay's had a better game than we expected from him, but it still kind of showed the weaknesses off-lane Pango, I think, which is he can't carry the games like a mid-Pango can, and he isn't the most reliable control. Like that last fight, the Decreps did a huge amount of work for this Sven trying to hit people. You get coiled on a couple heroes, and now, again, they're just going to run in, go on you, and you're instantly dead. Man, but Violent had a hell of a game. That was a 5-star Terrorblade performance. You know, I would take that on my pub team every time right there. That was very solid laning phase. Really good. I mean, outside of that first move that went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good game. And I think it stems